Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more EarthBound. Last time we crossed the Dusty Dunes Desert and answered the eternal question that you wonder in every traffic jam. This traffic is so slow, would it be faster to get out and just walk? And, well, it was a pretty close race. Even though the cars were all cleared out by the time we got to the end of it, I can't imagine they were cleared out that much earlier. This time, on the other end of the desert, the city of Fourside has developed quite a bit since Mr. Geldegard Monotoli hit the big time. It's been good for the city. It's the Grand Metropolis, as we have heard it called many a time, of Fourside. We finally made it. If I may stop in place for a little bit, as a kid, the Dusty Dunes Desert took me a whole afternoon to get through, and I was tired by the end of it. I was trying to find my way. I didn't have a map. Like I said, I didn't have the player's guide. And it took me a while to get through there, getting sunstroke and healing it off over and over again, just kind of wandering around trying to find my way. By the end of it, I was very tired. But when I came out of that tunnel, and I heard this music for the first time in-game, I knew what Fourside was from Super Smash Bros. Melee, and I knew the song. Getting to hear it for the first time and knowing what it meant, what was on the other side of that bridge, is one of the happiest memories I've had. It's up there with seeing the Great Magna Falls for the first time. I got that rare feeling of feeling incredibly accomplished about what I had done in a game that day, and felt beyond happy about it. As you can see, now that we've arrived in Fourside, I figured, you know, we're kind of hitting the big city, we're hitting the big time, it was time for a change, and I have changed the menu style to one that I don't use, pretty much as I don't use the peanut flavor. I switched to banana flavor. Welcome to the Monotoli Grand Hotel. One night stay will cost you 225 big ones. Would you like to stay? Have a nice stay. Monochromatic modern design. Hotel rooms have had slightly different designs from city to city. Good morning! This is a unique service exclusive to our hotel only. I'm here to read you today's headline. On the front page of the Fourside Post, I guess no other hotel gets the Fourside Post, so you're technically not lying to us. Over 70% of Fourside citizens support Monotoli. Hey, you! If you meet a beautiful, seductive woman who's looking for me, tell her hi. Anyway, I don't think a woman like that would be looking for me. And you're telling this to an 11-year-old boy, why? Buddy, I think you have issues beyond just what is immediately obvious from what you were saying. Of all the things that you could just walk up to a random strange kid and say to him, you say that. We're gonna do a few things. We're gonna call the Escargot Express. I'd like to have some items delivered. You notice that the chicken is already in the Escargot Express, as is one of our two protractors. We don't need two protractors, but to those of you that have been upset that I've had a protractor and a ruler in my inventory when I haven't needed them and I've been complaining about inventory space, I should say that I have good reason for having those in my inventory that will become obvious a little bit later. It's one of those things that's normal for me because I always save those items for a specific purpose, but I can see how it might be bothersome to you, so thank you for telling me about that. Now I can just kind of clear the air a little bit about that, though I'm sure that came a little bit later than some of you would have appreciated because I know it was driving you very mad. The chicken I deposited because I didn't want it balking every few seconds while we were trying to take in the sweet sounds of Fourside. And I figured it'd be a good opportunity to give Tracy a pet chicken. Kind of give her a surrogate for her missing us while we're gone on our travels, however. I'm gonna take out the town map. And I was not lying to you when I said that you don't need the backstage pass any longer. Though because it's me, I want to withdraw it so that I can show you some cool stuff. I want to interject real quick. I didn't save, but I recommend that you do. You want to save upon getting back to Fourside. As great as that intro going across the bridge is, I doubt you want to walk all the way back here. We're ready to go. I wish the town map didn't take in inventory space. It was just what happened when you pressed X. It's not like you can even return it to the Donut library anyway. Everyone loves blocking out Jeff's face. It's like it's the latest trend in all of Eagle End. It doesn't seem to matter where we go or who we talk to. Everyone's got to take a crack at it at one point to see if it's as good as all the hype makes it sound like. Welcome to Fourside! This place actually isn't super big, but it's a great example of how I feel like just changing up the visuals a little bit can make a place feel very unfamiliar and very big all at the same time. We have our diagonals, and I'm so thankful that we have pathways to walk on again. I missed them so much in 3, and I missed them in Saturn Valley, and Dusty Dunes Desert didn't let us walk on the pathways because of all the traffic going on. I'm very happy that we have pathways to walk on again. Lets me show off my skills and how much precise control I have over Ness and his friends. I really need to get a life. No one know anything. Grr! Monotoli's toadies stole everything from me, including my house and land. They are the evil incarnate. Lawyers, policemen, everyone that follows Monotoli. They're all his toadies. No matter how you fight them, you can't win. Yeah, I'm okay. Just leave me to cry to my cappuccino. Nosy! Say it with me. In Japan, that wasn't a cappuccino. I think you know what that guy is doing given his rosy red cheeks, and yeah, the censors ain't hiding it for anyone. So why even bother hiding it from people? You boys are sneaking around looking for Mr. Monotoli, aren't you? If I catch you boys doing anything, I'll arrest you, no questions asked. Be prepared. Got it, Ness? I've already checked out your name. This is a very creepy and unsettling atmosphere to be walking into just in the middle of town. Here's the Fourside Grand that we've heard about. I wonder why the department store is closed. When Monotoli became the owner, the department store began having strange happenings. Temporarily closed. Warg! Never seen a close sign yell at me before. I guess the city is technologically advanced? That's what I'm going with. A boy stuck to the wall. Maybe a peeping Tom. Behind this wall, things seem very strange. I feel like this isn't my place. Maybe it's your place. From this frame, it doesn't look like he's the one talking. It looks like I just checked the wall and saw that. You can walk under him. Wow, I didn't know you could do that. I figured that he was hugging the wall. We can't go to the department store, but a place that's almost as good as Mr. Blue in the Face George Jefferson over here. The Annoying Reveler. As a kid, I thought it said Annoying Revealer, which I think is way funnier than any other enemy name that we've come into contact with, and that is saying a mountain of things. The Annoying Reveler is a more powerful, annoying old party man. His grumbling about today's youth seems to make our guts go down by a little bit more. I think maybe I'll defend a little bit so we can see a few more of his wacky attacks. He does a little bit more than the grumbled about today's youth. Ouch! You think you'd be proud of Jeff? Well, no, Jeff actually, he started lecturing you. Why is it always Jeff? Maybe Jeff was a bright youth in his eyes, and then because he abandoned his studies to go save the world or something, he sees Jeff as a screw-up in life. Come on in, I got the goods, G. What are you looking for? The broken gadget is a broken item that we have not seen yet, and I don't have enough money for it. The broken iron we've already seen that gets repaired into a slime generator. You can get as many of them as you want. Defense spray, not worth it. You might as well buy broken spray cans in Tucson if you ever wanted these that badly. And the rust promoter we have also already seen. Mod boy jerk, you can't do me like that. 90s lingo that has not aged well and would not pass the censors today. That's why the re-release of this was T-rated. I want to go get that money, G. Never saying that again. On the way, I'll take this time to show you that behind the Monotoli Grand Hotel is where the Hintman is. He is marked on the map. Well, crap. Oh. Here I thought I was being slick by showing you cool stuff. I can't imagine this location is too great for his business with the EarthBound Player's Guide and his treatment of teddy bear scandal getting out, so he's probably struggling for a lot of money. We'll take pity on him. At the Topola Theater, the Runaway Five have booked a series of gigs. This is just a rumor, but I hear they've been snowed again and are in some kind of trouble. So if I were you, I'd go and talk with them. That's it for today. Personally speaking, throughout most of my childhood, every time I would get to Fourside, I never knew where to go or what to do first. It's very directionless when you get here, and it feels like there's places coming out of your ears to go visit. And not only that, but I've heard other people say the exact same thing over the years, where this is the part of the game where they get stuck on too, no matter how many times they've done it. But you know what? Even though now I know exactly where to go, I don't think Fourside presenting itself that way is such a bad thing. I think that the first time a kid visits a big city feels just like this, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So we're gonna trip around the city, but we're just gonna see what all kinds of awesome this place is. And why not? While we have the opportunity, let's get a first attack on you. Oh, we don't get an instant win. The extra cranky lady, who... I can't imagine her being too much crankier than the old one, considering the other one was blue in the face and she's not. I also just realized your face is mirrored, and that's kind of creepy the way that your teeth look. We're gonna see what you can do. Right, this is a first attack, so that wasn't gonna show us anything. Scowled sharply. Guts went down by 4. And what else you got? Scowled sharply. Scowled sharp! What is it? Do you just want to remove our guts? Wielded a shopping bag. You have that attack that we saw from the cranky lady. And you happen to be a... well, if I wanted you to live up to the name Extra Cranky Lady, you certainly are doing that now. Please show us the other thing, because it's kind of special. Said something really scary will make your body solidify. The Extra Cranky Lady is acting a little bit unusual. Wielded a shopping... She... Continuous attack. That is she is the first and one of very few enemies to actually have a combo move. That can be dangerous because if your guts save you from one hit, it's probably not going to save you from the other hits, though she doesn't really do a lot of damage, so I guess it's not really that bad. Jeff, just shoot her. Oh, whoa, you're going for that as well. Yeah, we were all crying and feeling strange. Can you guess what battle command I was trying my luck with? Thank you for that. And I'm back with the goods. Money. I didn't say G. I'm not breaking my promise to you. You want that broken gadget? Hey guys, who's gonna carry this? That's gonna go on Jeff, and I thank you for clarifying this for me, because I've always wondered why I could not sell some of Jeff's items, but I can sell other ones when some of them are normal weapons even, and the answer to it is very simple. It's just that some of his items, there is only one of in the entire game. You're very punctual and about time and careful with money. I don't look like it, though. I don't know how you keep time, though, but you could keep money in that tin can. I believe in you. I don't have preconceived notions of what a bank can be. Yeah, so that's why I can only sell some of Jeff's items. I thought it was a clever thing, like, oh, not everyone has a gun license to be able to purchase these items off Jeff or something like that, but no, it's a lot more simple than I thought it was and a little bit less pessimistic. I wonder whether... Oh, yeah, I already talked to you. I like how this guy has an I Love NY shirt. I kind of wish it had, like, I Love FS for Fourside. At least I'm guessing Fourside's based in New York City. I think geographically it's roughly in the same place in Eagle Land. Protect Mr. Monotoli first. The safety of the citizens of the city comes second. That's our job, you know. We've heard all about a Mr. Monotoli, less than savory thing since getting into town, and we're also seeing that he owns the police force. He's very scary, but he's actually a good example of how the player's guide gets details about the plot wrong at times. It states that Monotoli is the mayor of Fourside, and while I have no doubts in my mind that if he owns the police force, he could totally rig an election in his favor, I think that makes him immediately less threatening because, you know, it's kind of the cop's job to protect leaders and stuff like that as well. It's kind of normal that he would be in control of the police force. It doesn't really paint a good picture of how dire straits this city could be in with somebody holding that kind of power over it. And this isn't even the only example of this. The Trillionage Sprout is stated to be revealed as the true leader of the zombies, being personally responsible for all the darkness surrounding Threed because it's absorbing all the sunlight in the area. But like I told you, you don't have to beat the Trillionage Sprout to be able to progress with the story. You can go fight at any time, and it has nothing to do with the zombies. Belch is clearly the boss of the zombies in the actual game. If you're wondering why I'm going up and down the coast over and over again, it's not because I'm looking for Missing No. After all, he lives in Threed, not Fourside. It is partially because I think these coastal graphics are beautiful, and you rarely get a chance to look at them, so I do want to showcase them. The majority reason is because there's something that I look forward to seeing if I can see every playthrough, and it hasn't been happening, so I'm grinding it out. I'm gonna cut ahead till it happens. Nesker to level 35, Vitality up by 1. Love seeing that on my Nesses. The annoying reveler dropped a protein drink. Knowing what that is in Japan, that's pretty good. At this rate, I'm gonna be level 99 before I see it. I think I'm gonna concede defeat. I don't like doing it. I like showing you as many weird, obscure things as I can. The thing that I wanted to show is that on very rare occasions, the annoying revelers and cranky ladies can spawn walking on the water. I know a lot of people have claimed to be Jesus Christ throughout history, but I think that is the most solid concrete evidence that it was actually George Jefferson the entire time. I sat here for maybe like 20, 30 minutes trying to do this and no luck whatsoever. It's a shame. It is very rare though, so sometimes I do go whole playthroughs without seeing it. Some of you have shown me pictures of it happening to you, so I definitely believe it, and I am jealous of you. In the old days, Mr. Monotoli was just a regular, unattractive real estate agent. Now he has the power to control the police force. I don't think the city of Fourside is better than before. Maybe don't broadcast that through your horn so that everyone can hear you, otherwise, that could end very badly for you. Alright, we heard about this place. Like that sign by the contact lens was saying, we gotta go to the Fourside Bakery, second floor. Hello, may I help you? What shall I get you? Cookie we've seen, bread roll we've seen, croissant, skip sandwich DX, lucky sandwich. I already have a lucky sandwich I haven't used, I don't need another one. Bread in this town has a very plain, nondescript flavor to it. Tell you the truth, I'm the owner of this bakery, and even you admit the food's terrible. It's like the old joke that you never see Ronald McDonald eating his own food inside the commercials. I was thinking there was a tightwad born every minute. You know what we found, and what we heard to do with this item? What? You came to deliver my grandma's memento with a contact lens? Thank you. Thank you so much. It's our family tradition to keep things forever. Okay, I'll give you something as a reward. Here's my socks that I use only for special occasions. I've worn these socks for just 5 years. There are no holes, and they've only been worn once since the last washing. They stink a little, but they're still good. Hey, don't refuse me here. I'm being generous. Paula got the pair of dirty socks. Please take care of my socks. I was thinking there's a tightwad born every minute. I would say that your actions make a lot of sense given your words, but it's your family tradition to keep things forever, so I will feel flattered to have the pair of socks, you know, to have anything of yours, much less that you keep it only for special occasions. I believe you. The pair of dirty socks is a very fun item. When used during battle, the enemy gets so nauseous from the ripe odor, they cannot fight. Gone after one use. There's only one of these in the entire game, and this is the only way that you can get them. Personally, I think Ness and his friends are underestimating the power of their own footwear. Considering that we've been wearing the same socks and shoes since the first day that we started on our travels, I can't imagine that our socks are, you know, any fresher than his. I think that ours would be far worse, and you know, if we just kind of use those in battle, we could probably defeat any foe. Heck, his just makes the enemy nauseous and stop moving. I think ours would actually do damage. Well, we've seen a lot of the services around town. We've done a lot of the things that we heard to do as soon as we got to town, except for going to the Topola Theater to go see the Runaway Five. There is one thing that I have been saving. I did not walk past it. I wanted it to be the last thing that we saw. This sign. Planning meeting for EarthBound 2. Only those who are related to this project are allowed to enter. Ape Software Development Team. Oh, if only those folks coming to this meeting could know the 11 years of development hell that awaited their lives. Whew! Because I am not at all bitter, I take this sign as confirmation. It says it right there, EarthBound 2, thing that exists. In the English version of the game, official title. If you want to know, the title EarthBound 2 has never been coined for a sequel to this game. Instead, Mother 3, in its years where it made significant amounts of money for Nintendo and they put it on their financial statements, the English version of their financial statements, which are translated by Nintendo of America to show to their English language speaking investors, or just to members of the press really, reports the game's title as EarthBound 3. Really feeling that love and representation for this series, like you guys really love it. Okay, I know it's probably just financial talk and that, you know, they probably get a lot of things wrong. But still, that is the official English title for Mother 3, aside from this sign. What I want to do is, because I am not bitter at all, I want to figure out how many days it has actually been since this confirmation happened. EarthBound was originally released in North America on June 5th, 1995. That was the first possible day that they intended for the public to see this text. That is the day that I will say that the sequel was confirmed for an American release. It has been 23 years since that day. We also need to account for the leap years of 1996, 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016. So 6 leap years since then. The speech that I'm giving you right now was released on August 14th, 2018. There are 30 days in June, so we add 25 days for the remainder of the month. We'll at least be fair in assuming that it took even the best players most of the day to reach Fourside, so we're not going to count June 5th itself as a whole day that was waited. There's then 31 days of July, and then the 14 days of August. For our grand total, that means that when you are watching this right now, the absolute minimum number of days it could have possibly taken them to follow up on this confirmation is 8,471 days since this was confirmed for a North American release. And it has not been followed up on. This puts so much of my life into perspective, and I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep.